This time on Vo-Gus prospecting.
That's not right. I can't believe that. Oh, it's getting good. This is the best bit. You're almost there. You're almost down to the gold. Is that a solid chunk of gold? That is a solid chunk of gold. Oh my god, we freaking scored. That was a good bloody bit of ore.
What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old multi hat like this one, welcome back to Dad's Reef. That's right, after a year's absence I finally made it back to Dad's Reef just with the gold monsters to have a little bit more of a look and see if we didn't miss anything, and I missed something. All of this quartz here is ore that they rolled down the hill from the mines all the way up there, and I've gone and scanned over it and I found this piece of ore. And we know it's a piece of ore because the gold monster is telling us. And listen to this. So we have a signal sitting right on this edge, and it's really too hot to be filming today. I mean, look at the exposure over here. So I will only show you video if I do find something else on this hill. Oh, it's good to finally have those things bolted down. So we are using the Gold Rat off-grid jaw crusher to process our piece of Dad's Reef, and what a piece of reef it is. We have found up at Dad's Reef that the gold tends to hug in these fault lines. We've got a really big one running upwards and we've got a few running across. Now the signal is up in here somewhere. Before we can start running it through the jaw crusher, we need to take our tasty little rusty chisel, split this bad boy down so it can fit in those jaws. And believe me, over the last couple of weeks I've learned a lot about sharp pointy jaws.
Why are you eating my lawn?
Alright, if you're doing this at home, please wear safety goggles or a safety squint t-shirt. Yeah. What, are you going to break it open with your paws? Is that what you're going to do? You hit it. Yeah. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is try and get this to split. That's where the main fault is. Well, let's see how we go. Ooh, it's a hard one. Oh, I can see gold. I can see gold, but there's also a blue mineral in there. Check this out for a piece of geology. Just here is a really dark blue staining, which is pretty cool. I vaguely remember a type of blue mineral. I can't remember the name of it, so if you know what it is, let me know. The other thing is, just here is a bit of gold. So we've definitely got a nice piece of ore. Check that out, blue staining and a piece of gold. See if I can get any of these striations to actually crack. There we go. Things have got a little caveman-ish. I'm making a mess. So this is why you should have goggles and stuff, because quartz just tends to explode. After we went full caveman, this is what we have left in the oversize. This is our plus kitchen strainer, and this is our minus kitchen strainer. And I do just want to point out that, yeah, you should really be wearing one of these. You don't want to be inhaling this stuff. We are just going to give this a nice couple of whacks to break these bits down further, which will make it go easier in the jaw crusher. And then we'll just recycle these bigger bits. "25 minutes later, and we've got it down to this. These are the last 3 intact pieces of ore left. If we get gold, good gold out of this piece of ore, I'll crush these up at a later date. In the meanwhile, we have reduced this piece of ore down to about 1-inch pieces, or 25 mil, and we also reduced some of it to to that powder that we like. Now this is really important. You want it to be as close to talcum powder as you can get it, because free mill gold is often extremely fine in primary gold zones like where I live. So if you don't get it down to that extremely fine powder, chances are you're going to be leaving a lot of gold locked up in the quartz. Because the ore is already down to 25 mil, I've got this set to about a ½ inch, or about 12 to 15 mil. So this mechanics bowl has a magnet in the bottom and it should be catching all the iron filings, or at least most of them. We've taken our inch material down to about a ½ inch, pretty uniform. Now we're going to tighten it right up and get this to powder. This is what we have it down to after 2 passes. It's taken me about 30 minutes, but still way quicker than a dolly pot. And this is all the stuff that is ready to go. So we're going to do one more pass as tight as we can get in the jaw crusher, and we should be good to pan. Alright, this will be the last pass. I'll just put this through again. We should be good to pan. By using the mechanics bowl, I saved a heap of work trying to take out all those bits of steel from the crusher. There is a little bit of dirt caught up in it, but that's okay. Now this stuff is not quite talcum powder. This stuff up on the edge is nice, that's where we want it. A lot of this rock is still quite coarse, so we're actually going to save it all and rerun it through mixed ball mill at a later date to get it down to that powder. I'm going real easy because a lot of the time the gold from Dad's reef is so fine that it tends to like float and sit on top of the quartz and all sorts of things that you just don't want when you're panning. Actually, we're getting a fair amount of freaking gold at the back of this pan right now. Holy crap. It might be a little bit hard to see, but there is super fine gold between the quartz and the pan running across there, and heaps of it.
That's not right. I can't believe that. Oh, we've got one nice flake coming out in the corner too. Oh, it's getting good. This is the best bit. Like, you're almost there. You're almost down to the gold. You also want to make it last for as long as you can. Okay, I'm afraid to take that down much further with how fine some of that gold is, because I think it's going to float away. So let's just flip this back. Here comes the best bit. We are going to find out how much gold we got. We already know we got some fine gold. The question is, did we get any chunks? Oh, wow. Look at that. We got chunks, all right. I love how gold from ore reveals itself. Look at, is that a solid chunk of gold? That is a solid chunk of gold. Oh my god, we freaking scored. That was a good bloody bit of ore. Dad's reef did not disappoint. Check that out. They are some nice pieces of delicious booger. I am a fan of this bit. That is a big chunk of gold. Oh yeah. What a result! I mean, it gave us a nice signal on the hill, but I wasn't quite expecting that much. I thought we'd get like one nice bit and a little bit of flour gold. I'm going to crush up those other rocks at a later date, but for now, let's get that cleaned up and on the scale. Right before we weigh up the gold we got out of that single piece of ore, if you would like to grab your very own Safety Squint t-shirt to keep you safe while you crush rocks, check out the description below where you'll find links to my merch shop. Right on with the weigh-in. This is all the gold we got out of that single piece of ore next to a Clash Guitars pick for a bit of scale.
And it is just such a mix. Look at that super fine gold. It actually took me 2 passes to get all of that out of that dirt. And we got some chunks that some are amalgamated with other minerals. This is an amazing result from that one piece. And just for a little bit of perspective, we got all of this gold out of less than 1 pan's worth of dirt. I would normally be out all day for a similar amount of gold from a creek. However, now it's time to get this on the scales. First, I want to weigh our picker. I'm going to guess it's a 0.085, so pretty close. And now for everything else. There's a reasonable amount of gold here. I would really like to see 1/4 gram. Get that super fine stuff in. More, 0.314. Fern's discovered a takeaway menu. It's not good. It didn't survive. 0.314 is worth $23.37 Australian at the time of recording, which is a fantastic result considering I did just 1 pan's worth of dirt. You have to remember that I spend a lot more time on the creeks doing a lot more pans for similar results. This is why hard rock is so valuable. You can get a lot of gold very fast, and we are even looking at upping our production by getting a couple of special units in. However, this has neatly brought us to the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy watching it as much as I had making it. And until next time, please give your dog a big scratch behind the ears for me. Peace, and I'm out. Someone's finally having a nap.